Hello and welcome to Sestra-Tainment.
Entertainment.
I'm Lenora,
MD.
and we're coming to you today in regards to
Everything
everything
entertainment.
entertainment. And so today I am going to start first, and I am actually going to start with the Grammys. So, did you watch the
Okay.
Grammys?
I watched the highlights.
The highlights. Got it. Got it. Okay. So, what I figured that I would do is just go through some of the information. I ended up having it on longer than I thought that I would. And I haven't actually watched the Grammys in a really, really long time. So they were going through the part that was all of the, I guess, songs of the year, I think was what it was.
Okay, yeah.
So
yeah.
you had where a lot of the nominees for record of the year or song of the year, they came on stage and they did their, thing. And they had like Justin Bieber performed in his boxers. Did you see that?
I did not click on that video, but I did see him standing there with his
Yeah,
boxers
he
on
was
with
just
his
standing
guitar.
there with boxers. That was all he had on was boxers, and he had a guitar, which I think he's a little bit played, and he just had his eyes closed the whole time and sung. So I thought that was interesting. I don't know much about Tyler. Is it Tyler, the Creator?
Oh yeah, no, that was a really good performance.
That was insane.
That was like he won the album of the year award, and they were allowing him to go ahead and do it. He's trying to get he's trying to do. He's trying to get the next Super Bowl.
The next, oh yeah, with that he absolutely could, because you would be like, where is it gonna go?
But then also that comes from his album though. So his album is like he does different kinds of music with his albums. Okay. So when people be like, "Oh, you are not good enough to do this," he's like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna do a whole album like that." And they're like, "Well, you can't do this." "Oh, I'm gonna do a whole album like that."
Exactly.
So everybody wrong by doing stuff like that. I love
it. Gotcha. Yeah. So I don't know much about him. Really, the only time I've heard the most about him, which is so weird because I don't even follow this person, but Northwest, like Kardashian West. Yeah. She was talking about how Tyler, the Creator, is her absolute all-time favorite, like, person ever in the history. Like, Dad, who? No, it's Tyler.
Oh, wow.
Like, she is just like, yes, he's the man. Like, he's her favorite entertainer of all times. And Kanye, like, endorsed it or whatever. Okay. And just saying that, I like that my daughter likes somebody who's artistic and who against the craft and all of that kind of stuff. And so that to me made me think, who is Tyler, the Creator? And then that's when I went down a little bit of a path of figuring that out. And that was like probably 6-8 months ago. And so then to know that he was performing, and Trevor Noah was the host. And so Trevor was very much like, and next, Tyler, the Creator, and coming up, Tyler, the Creator. Yeah. So it's all about Tyler, the Creator, Reba McEntire, because she was doing the memoriam. I can't get it out, but memoriam. And then it was somebody, and Lady Gaga before she form. So it was like certain people that they were just really touting and
pushing.
Was like the closing act almost. Like that was kind of how they were making it sound. And so anyway, it was a phenomenal performance. If somebody hasn't seen it, look at it on YouTube. And so, it was really good. And so, but I watched, some of the different performances. I didn't see the very beginning, but I watched really, like, there was one section where everybody who was up for a certain song, like they were in a garage and they were on a dump truck or something. And then they were getting in the trucks and out of the trucks and dancing in the garage and doing all that. And it was like different performers for the different albums that are out there. K-pop and I don't know. I don't know.
All the younger people.
Yeah, all the younger people. So anyway, I say all that to say it entertained me this year, and I don't.
Well, it did.
So that was good. All right. And so when it comes to the Grammy Awards, we have quite a few people who were the winners. You had, and some people I literally had no clue who these people were. Like, I had never seen them before. I didn't know anything about them. Yeah, like the guy who ran up on the stage and then his parents came up there. Who is he?
Oh no, wait. Don't talk about my boy.
I don't know him.
Duran Bernard. Whoa.
Okay, so who
that is my boy.
What is he saying?
But see, that's the thing. You wouldn't know his. You wouldn't
That's
know
why
any
I
of
don't
his.
know him.
But the thing is, like, if you listen to, like, if you were to have like a Spotify playlist on that was just all of, let's say,
Am I just gonna have to like look up his
like
YouTube?
newer R&B, he was actually him and Ari Lennox are really close. I think he did like the background vocals for some of her music, and Ari Lennox is the one that sounds like Erykah Badu.
Okay.
You know who that is?
I mean, I've heard her name, but I can't
Okay.
recall any song. So yeah, I'm probably not the right person to even
No.
share all of
Yeah.
this information.
But yeah, Duran Bernard, I was so happy for him getting that Grammy because I think he's been doing music for like 20 years and he's now getting his due diligence.
Yeah, that's what I think that he had kind of mentioned. It was like it was a 20-year career, like to become an overnight sensation, basically.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and
And
it
then
was
also it's the fact that he is super flamboyant.
yeah.
If you listen to his music is literally like he has one song where he's like, I hit you with a fist bump. He was like, if you have makeup, maybe it's not Maybelline. Maybe you just need to back up. I'll give you an air kiss because I don't want your makeup coming up on my cheek. Like, I'll give you a fist bump. Like but
Okay.
it's just yeah. But he you know what he reminds me of? He's like modern day Little Richard, how flamboyant he is and how he dresses and how he acts and
Gotcha.
everything. Modern day
Okay.
Little Richard. Just say what he want to say, but do what he want to do. Yeah. But just
Got
in a gay man way, not Little Richard as he was.
Okay, got it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because yeah, okay, gotcha. Well, it was a lot of different performances and things that had happened, but I will say I'll just go to some of the ones that I'll just go through some of these. So I don't even know who some like I didn't know Nine Inch Nails even still had music out, but they won for best rock song, which is kind of crazy.
All
So
right.
it's as alive as you need me to be is the winner. So they won that for best global music performance. It was Bad Bunny. So and Bad Bunny is like the man because he's got the Super Bowl coming up and he's got all these different things. And it was really funny during the show because I was going to say Tyler, the Creator, Trevor Noah was trying to consistently get him to sing because he was like, well, go ahead and sing. Try to sing. Like, go ahead. You can do that. Just sing a little verse. Sing something. He was like, I can't sing. I'm contractually bound to the Super Bowl not to sing. And he just kept pushing. At one point, he did like do one line. So it was kind of cute and funny.
Yeah.
That. You have, let's see, best country, traditional country album was Zach Top. I don't know who that is, but Ain't In It For My Health. You have best alternative music album was The Cure, which I was like, wow, I didn't know
I've heard of The Cure. Yeah.
But Tyler, the Creator, was up against them too with Don't Have the Glass. But they won for Songs of a Lost World. You have best R&B song was Kehlani for Folded.
Yeah.
And that was up against Summer Walker, Chris Brown, and Bryson Tiller and Duran Bernard.
Yeah.
That's what I'm making sure I'm saying it right. And then Leon Thomas. So they were all up for it, and Kehlani won. Then you have best traditional R&B performance, and Leon Thomas won for Vibes Don't Lie. I don't even know if I know that song. I probably know it if I hear it, but yeah. That one. Then you have best R&B performance. Because one was traditional, and then you have the regular R&B performance, I guess, which was funny because Justin Bieber was on there for UConn, which I think is kind of interesting. Okay. But who won was Kehlani again for Folded. You have best rock performance, Youngblood Changes. Live at Villa Park, Back to the Beginning. I don't know what that part is. Park in there. You have like all these different, like, I'm surprised that some of these older groups are starting to come back, like the groups from the 90s, like a little more or whatever, you know. So that's
the 90s, the 2000s.
Yeah, exactly. You have best dance and electric album, and I saw this, and it's FKA Twigs, and it's Eusexua, I think is how it's pronounced. But
yeah, I think that she she is an artist. I think it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and if would it be like a dance electric thing? I was
Yeah.
assuming. So.
And I don't know any of her music.
Yeah.
Music,
Best R&B album is Leon Thomas Mutt. Yeah. So, and I never knew that's what he was saying. I was like,
he said, "I'm a dog, I'm a mutt."
But I didn't know what he was saying. I just knew the beat of it and the vibe of it. And I was like, oh, I like that song. And I would hear it all the time on TikTok, but I had no clue as to what the actual words are that he was saying. But he was up against Tiana Taylor, Escape Room, Let Us See, The Crown, Coco Jones, Why Not More, and Giveon for Beloved. I don't know Giveon. Okay. It's got the little thing over the E. Oh, yeah. But yeah, and I didn't know Tiana Taylor had a song out called Escape Room. So
Escape Room, I think I think she did a song with a music video. Like I think she's a visual album.
Oh, gotcha.
I think she has a visual album, or like it's a lot of visuals. I know it's a lot of visuals that she has with this album that she released. I can't say the whole album is not like Lemonade or anything like that, but
that's what I was gonna say, like a Beyonce feel to it. Yeah. Now, what I will say for Tiana Taylor is that like she is really like the girl.
She's multifaceted,
yeah. Right now, right? She's multifaceted. She's a singer. She's a director. She's an actress. She is a dancer and choreographer. Yep. She is like, she's all the things. And so based on that, she was just on Saturday Night Live. So I watched that. And so, but based on that, it's like, she's been around since Super Sweet 16. Like, that's insane to me. Like, she's just been that girl who grew up with money, but it doesn't seem like it has, tainted her. Do you know what I mean? Like to grow up where she got a Range Rover for her 16th birthday and had bands and like she was a Barbie doll coming out of a box, like all those things, to then being this seemingly well-rounded person who's like, no, I don't want to rest on my laurels. I don't want to live off of my mom's money or whatever. I want to go out here and make something for myself and do it. And knowing that it has been probably close to 20 years for her, that it's her time, you know, for her to be.
I mean, she's had albums out that have done good. It's just like not it's not in the limelight. Oh, you talking about with everything that she's doing?
Yeah, well, I'm saying, but now being the household name, like where I would say she has crossed over to where other people are just like, oh, you mean Tiana Taylor? And you're like,
her and Keke Palmer are one and the same when it comes to that.
Yeah, they definitely are two people who, and you know, I think another person who people would probably know that's like that is like Regina Hall. I think from just her scary movies and her things like that, where people are like, oh yeah, her. And then of course you have Taraji with Cookie and all of that. So I think certain people that have just crossed over where like you could say it to somebody's grandmother and they'll be like, oh yeah, she was in that movie with Ben Affleck and with Matt Damon. Yeah, I know Tiana. And it's like,
really? Because how are you in a movie with Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, and then in another movie with
Leonardo DiCaprio?
That's it right there. She's the new hotness.
Exactly. And so we have Best Pop Duo Group Performance, which I thought was a weird thing for these two to win, but it was Defying Gravity for Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. So I was like, well, how do they win for a Best Pop Duo? But then I guess it's the group performance, even though it's just two people. So anyway, Best Rap Song, Kendrick Lamar, featuring Lefty Gunplay with TV Off. Up against Doechii Anxiety, Clips, Pusha T with, all of that, Voices of Fire, The Birds Don't Sing, and then Tyler, the Creator with Glorilla and Sexy Red and Lil Wayne for Sticky, and then Glorilla for her own TGIF. Like it was a lot of different things in that category. And then you had Best Country Solo Performance was Chris Stapleton, Bad As I Wanna Be, or Bad As I Used to Be. And then you have Best Rap Performance. Now was when Clips got their Grammy. So that was Chains and Whips featuring Kendrick Lamar and Pharrell Williams. And then I was surprised Doechii didn't really get anything, but she only had Anxiety. I feel like it's all Doechii talk.
But then also her album came out last year, like the beginning of last year, and now she's put all these songs out and everybody's followed her and everything. But I think she got a lot of awards the year before. Like, so she's been out there, but it's just now, like, I guess it was
Yeah.
the time when she dropped her
It's the
album.
timing of the albums, and it's like old news now, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have Lady Gaga for Abracadabra, which that was an interesting performance for her singing that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Which all her songs now start sounding the same, you know.
Oh yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah, I saw that her and Chappell Roan were having conversation because I feel like they're one and the same.
Gotcha. All right, you had Kendrick Lamar, who won for Best Rap Album for GNX. And then you have Best New Artist was Olivia Dean.
Who I already gave you the time and the place to come me shine. It's coming the man I need.
Yes. I didn't know any of the words. Yes, exactly. Like you have to get to that for me to be like, oh yeah. That's what that song is. But yeah, so but she won, and it was one of the ladies. Was it Lola Young? It was somebody who sung, and I was like, wow, she has a powerful voice. And she was playing the piano too, but I can't think of her name.
Oh yeah, from Messy. The
yes,
girl who did the song Messy. Yeah, I love that. She does have a really powerful voice. She's really good. But if you listen to the original song, she's not singing like that, and you really get to hear her voice with her just sitting there playing the piano. It's kind of like how Billie Eilish is. Billie Eilish, you know, singing on an album, it's like, oh yeah, it's a nice song. But then you hear her live or something like that, she's performing, she's actually, you could see her vocal range.
Yes. And it's almost like somebody in the production was like, tone it down. You got to make sure it sounds this way for the album. But then they were like, no, when I sing it live, I'm going to let it all hang out.
I'll let it all out. Yeah.
I want to do it. Right. All right. So Best Music Album Urbana is Bad Bunny. I can't even say it. DB Tarara Mas Fatos. I don't know. I'm thinking that's right. I don't know. Jelly Roll won for Beautifully Broken. And Jelly Roll's the one that's losing all the weight, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's getting all.
Was he on America's Got Talent? Is that what he's on? What is he on?
I don't know. I haven't watched anything that he's on, but he got Best Contemporary.
He's one of the judges. I want to say it's America's Got Talent.
Maybe America's Got Talent, yeah. And then Lady Gaga won for Mayhem for Best Pop Vocal Album. Song of the Year was Billie Eilish, Wildflower. That was up against Sabrina Carpenter, Kendrick Lamar and SZA, Hunter X, Bad Bunny, Rose and Bruno Mars, Doechii, and Lady Gaga. And then Record of the Year was Kendrick Lamar with SZA, Luther, which Cher came out and presented, and then said the winner was Luther.
Yeah,
they were like, no, the name of the song is Luther. But they did give a very nice tribute to Luther Vandross. And then Album of the Year was Bad Bunny. So a lot going on in regards to all of that. I will say that the in memoriam, I can never get that out, but in memoriam they did for D'Angelo and for Roberta Flack.
Beautiful. It gave me chills. I have chills right now just thinking about it. Like, it gave me
phenomenal. And how much, what's his name, sounded just like him. I can't even think of his
Bilal?
name. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He did an amazing job singing it, but everybody did. I mean, Raphael Sadiq, and and plus they were giving Dwayne his flowers then too, because of the fact that they had him kind of going on the screen in the back of that part. So it wasn't just D'Angelo and Roberta Flack. They showed Dwayne from Tony during that part too. So, but anyway, it was really, really very
that was
touching.
beautiful.
That was like 5-7 minutes. Like, it was a long trip.
Yeah, it was a long time. So I was like, man, like, this is something that's really big. Like, I've never really thought about, like, it's like he's famous, but it's like, I don't really, like, you don't really realize how famous somebody is until you can see that their fans are the people that you are fans of.
Yeah, like, yeah, so people who are fans of D'Angelo and you're just like, "Oh my gosh," like, we were fans, but not realizing that all these other people were fans or friends or felt like they were
Yeah.
his brother or whatever, and so that was really powerful. The other thing is a local, person, Mad Skills, won his Grammy for his
Yeah, I saw it,
own
yeah.
spoken word album. He was also on the Jennifer Hudson show, got to
I
go
saw
down
that
the
too, yeah.
tunnel, the whole 9 yards, Spirit Tunnel. And so all of that was really good. He actually posted, because we're Facebook friends, he posted on his Facebook that he snuck in his grandmother's name when he was on Jennifer Hudson into the spoken word part while she was watching it. And she's like 90 something years old. So they
Oh, that's
showed a picture of his grandmother taking a picture of him with
yeah.
herself
Yeah.
on the TV. Like, it was really, really cute and special. But
That's
you
beautiful.
see somebody like Mad Skills, and I would see him at the
You
mall
see
or
him all
whatever.
the time. Yeah.
You see him all the time. And then you know that all these other people are like, oh, he is the bomb with what he
Yeah.
does, how he writes, and he's a ghostwriter for so many people. And you're just like, wow, that's kind of, cool that he's out there in LA and being invited to all the parties and all the things.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh my gosh, Matt Skills is here. Like,
Yeah.
what's up?
Yeah, it's like when they talk about the people who like the rappers and stuff like that in Atlanta, they're just like they're always around. So it's like, yeah, we fans of them, but like the whole world is like fans of them. It's like we
Right.
see them all the time. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, we see, hey, what's up? Yeah, go get I'm
How
gonna
you
get some
doing?
food. You
What's
got
up?
me, whatever. Yeah.
Exactly. So, but
Yeah.
anyway, so that's what I had for the Grammy. So, no, I thought that this one really entertained me. So I did enjoy it.
Oh, yeah, it was very good. Very
Yep.
good.
All right. So what you have, sis?
All right. So what I have is, do you remember the House of Horror Diane Sawyer special where it was talking about the Turpin kids? Like there was
Yeah.
like 16 kids or something like that on the house, and their parents were like not mentally right and
Yes. And that
had
was the
them
one
try
where
to
the girl snuck out the window in the
yeah,
dark and went to the stop sign. And yeah.
yes,
Yep. I
yes.
remember
So
that. Yep.
now there is a new one. It's
Oh,
called a Turpin. It's called the Turpins, a new House of Horrors, and it's a Diane Sawyer special. And this is actually after everything has happened. Three younger siblings that are 19, 20, and 24. You have Julissa, who is 19, Jolinda, who is 20, and James, who is 24. Now it's them talking about their story and everything that they went through.
because they're now
Um,
older and able
yeah,
to,
that they
speak
were
their.
able to talk about it. But yeah, it explains. They talk about how they were like how they felt once the police were there, like once the
Mm.
police came and actually like freed them, how they felt.
Like, what does that mean exactly? Like, did they
Like,
feel like they were truly saved? Did they feel
yes,
scared?
they felt like they
Feel
were truly saved. They were like, "Oh my God, thank God it's over. Like we don't have to be with this, and we don't have to deal with this anymore." But I don't think that they understood that I think they thought our parents are going to get in trouble, and then our parents are going to like treat us better.
Yeah.
They didn't understand that no, now your parents are going to jail, and now you have to go live somewhere else because they
Oh,
separated all of them. You have all of these siblings who are going through all the same things, and now they're all separated and put in different parts of the United States. And
gotcha.
they were just saying it was very tough with that. Also talking
So did
about
they went into the foster care system? Is that what
mhm,
happened? Okay.
yeah. And so Jalissa, the 19-year-old, she talks about how Jordan was the one who would always pop out of the house.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Jordan
Okay.
was saying, like, one day I'm gonna save us all. Like, just don't worry,
Mhm.
one day I'm gonna save us all. So she says she remembers Jordan helping her out of the window. And then she said that it was like in the middle of the day, nobody was home, and that they literally ran from like their house like down like maybe to the end of the block and back up. So really not that far. But she said I just remember the sounds of like my shoes hitting the pavement. She was like the sun was so bright. She said the air was so fresh. It just felt so good. And then we had to go back in. And she was like the house stunk so bad. She was like, because I know we stunk. She said we only took like a bath once a year, if that. Um,
Jeez.
like she said that if she got sick, that their mother would make them like if they got sick and threw up, their mother would make them eat their vomit.
Ugh.
So horrible. Yeah, but it was like they were starving and they starved them for so long that when their bodies were shutting down and they were
Yeah.
just vomiting up like bile.
Mm.
bile, and they said sometimes we would drink water because we were so thirsty, but then we couldn't keep it down. So now we're constantly vomiting, and we're vomiting up water, and then next thing you know is bile, and then now we're just so like, so tired that we're just now just laying out, and
Yeah.
it's just horrible, the stuff that they went through in that house. But then what ends up happening is that while they were in the foster care system, they ended up having issues with the foster parents taking advantage of them. So, like, they were talking about the bad things
you
that
just
happened.
feel like you can't trust anybody in the world. Like if you can't even
Exactly.
trust your own parents, then who can you trust really?
Yeah, one of them had said, I think Jolinda had said, she was like, it's not fair that other people get to have a happy family or parents. She was like, and like, I don't have that. She said, she said that she felt unlovable because of the fact that her parents didn't love her, and then the people who were paid to be her parents didn't love her.
Wow.
I'm like,
Wow.
that poor baby, man. It's like when you see stuff like that, it just makes you want to just like hug them and just tell them
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
okay.
And tell them it's going to be okay and that,
Yeah,
you'll be a friend to them. And because then how do you trust a friend? How do you trust somebody to love? How do you trust
exactly.
anything? And then you
Exactly.
wonder, what is it about me? And it's not
Mhm.
you. You know what I
It's not
mean?
you.
But
Yeah,
it's
it's the world.
it's the
It's the
world.
world.
It's the
Yeah.
terrible world that we
But
live
that was very good. It's only like I think it's like a 45 minute, like a, just a regular like episode of like Dateline or whatever.
in.
Yeah, so it was just good recap, talking about them, what they're doing with their lives at the end, and just basically just showing them going into their own, going into the world, and now just trying to be, I guess, acclimated with the life that they now have. You know.
Have any of them gotten married or had kids themselves or anything before they
Well, they didn't talk about the older two
Okay.
from the first episode. They didn't talk about them, but they did talk about just the stuff that they're doing. I don't think any of them are dating, but I can't remember. I think it's like one's in school, one's like traveling. One of the son, I think his name was Justin. He was just like, I'm learning how to be a bartender because I realized I really like people.
So
He's like,
just
and I
being around
never
people
could
that
talk
talk
to
to
anybody. So he
people.
said, I'd be a
Yeah.
bartender and stuff like that. He's like, and all I do is just talk to people.
Okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
good. I mean, it's good that they're getting the opportunity to live their life
Yeah.
the way that they want to live it,
Yeah, that's true.
So, because none of them now they were the youngest ones, so none of them are in foster care anymore. So they're
Well,
able,
they were some of the youngest ones.
so there may even
Yeah,
still be
I mean,
more
yeah,
young ones.
because they were all stair step. All the
Gotcha.
kids were stair step. So, it's some of the youngest ones. And they said that some of the other siblings are in foster care and have great parents. But
Okay.
it's like, but we all together will not be able to, like, holidays, we can't all get together and go and meet up at somebody's house and it'd be like we get love and affection from parents or whatever because
Yeah.
they are now all spaced out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like different groups have different parents. So it's like you might have 2 kids over here that have parents, and then 4 kids over here that have parents, and then another 3 over here that have parents, and then the rest of them have aged out in foster care.
I wonder if they feel like siblings. Like, do they even feel like siblings? Because based on the experience they had, did they feel like siblings when they were even in the same house?
Yeah, I don't know because I wonder if the boys and the girls were kept separately. I'm thinking that they were kept separately because it seemed like Jalissa and Mary Jo and Jolinda were very close. They were like soothing each other, and they were in the same house for their foster care and everything. And I think Justin might have been in that same house as well. But I think that it's if you got the boys growing up and then you have the girls growing up, they're both going through the same thing. So they probably trauma bond, but I don't
Yeah.
think they have that sibling,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Because it's like we are all in this individually and together. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But
Yeah.
it's like we're
Exactly.
in this, but you don't even have the parents who are giving you the opportunity to build a sibling bond. You don't know what
Exactly.
a
Yeah.
sibling bond is. So like you said, it could be more of a trauma bond than it is like, oh no, this is your brother, your sister, your protector, your person who does this, the person you can go to for that. It can be like a best friend, but also like it can be all those things.
Yeah, but it seems like all of them are doing well. Like the ones that are now that are now out of the foster system. It seems like all of them are doing well, and all of them are traveling. They don't want to be stationary in one place, probably ever again in life. And I completely understand that.
No, I can understand that too. Definitely.
Yeah. But that's all I had for that was the Turpins, A New House of Horror. I watched that on Hulu, but it was ABC special, so you'd be able to watch that on. Well, Hulu is ABC, right?
Yeah,
ABC doesn't. It's not on anything else, right?
Well, Hulu puts all. I mean, ABC puts all their things on Hulu.
On
so
Hulu,
when you have PBS with Paramount or NBC with Peacock, ABC has everything on Hulu.
So then, so Hulu has all the Datelines that you will watch, and this is the one. So all right. What do you have next?
So I have The Beauty. Are you watching The Beauty?
I have. That's a Ryan Murphy.
Ryan Murphy.
I haven't started watching it yet, but I want
to. It's about 5 episodes in, so it gives you a little bit of something to look at if you want to start watching it. So The Beauty has the cast of Evan Peters, which we love Evan Peters on a Ryan Murphy. So he plays Cooper Maddox. He is I think they're FBI agents. He plays with Rebecca Hall, who plays Jordan Bennett, and she's like his partner as an FBI agent. You have Ashton Kutcher in it, who plays Byron Forst, which I don't think we had ever had Ashton Kutcher. I can't even talk. Ashton Kutcher in any of the Ryan Murphy ones before.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
The accomplished Isabella Rossellini in it.
I love Isabella Rossellini since Death Becomes Her.
So she is in it as Fanny Forst. You have Anthony Ramos as just the name Assassin. That's it. His name is Assassin. They don't say what his name is. But he played in Hamilton. So he is one of the actors from Hamilton. I think he played, I can't remember which person he played, but he was in Hamilton. You have Jeremy Pope, who was in one of the less popular Ryan Murphy ones. I think when the Hollywood one or whatever. But anyway, he played in that.
With the show Hollywood.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
That was on Netflix. Yeah, that was on Netflix.
Oh, on Netflix. Okay, so Jeremy Pope plays Jeremy, funny enough, in here. And the other person who's in it is Bella Hadid. So the model, Bella Hadid, she plays Ruby. And so the way that this starts off is insanity. I'll just start there. So you start off with Bella Hadid playing Ruby. So she's a supermodel and she's walking the runway, right? So she's walking, she's doing all the things with the runway. And then she gets to the end or whatever, at some point during it, she decides, I'm going to go into the audience and I'm just going to start murdering people. So she just literally goes and starts cracking people's necks and doing all this stuff, and then leaves out of the building and then hops on a motorcycle after she hits somebody with the helmet and knocks them off. And she hops on the motorcycle and she goes up the steps on the motorcycle and she does this and she does that. The cops are all chasing her through the streets of Paris. And you see the Champs-Élysées or whatever it's called. And you see all the things of Paris. And it's this and that, and the Eiffel Tower's in the background, and da-da-da-da-dee-da. And then she finally gets to the point that she's like standing there. And she's like, I don't have a way to go because there's so many people around me. Oh, and I think she's drinking water. Something about drinking a lot of water. Anyway. And so what ends up happening, I wonder if I should tell this part. Let's just say she doesn't get caught. So she's got all these cops around her. She does not get caught. All right. So then you change to, you have, of course, well, and it's not all in this exact order, but just all the things that happen, right? So then you have the 2 detectives, the FBI agents, right? So they're going around and they're trying to figure out what the heck happened. Like this lady was a runway model and became a murderer and then didn't get caught.
Literally walking down the catwalk.
Exactly. So what is going on, right? So then what ends up happening is they start going down this little rabbit hole of things that are happening. And like, they're like, oh, this happened. And they're like, oh, we got to go to that scene. Then they're hearing about somewhere else in the world. And they're like, oh, that happened over there. I guess we have to now go and investigate something over here, which is that this woman comes up to a table and they're talking to her and she's just hot and she's flushed. And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm just so hot. And that party last night, whatever. And she's just drinking water. And she's like drinking water. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm going to get the water from this table and I'm going to get the water from this table and you're not giving me your water. Well, I'll kill you. So then she's killing people.
So and then it's like everybody got a parasite.
And then you take your friend and you throw her through the window. And the friend happens to be Megan Trainor. Is that her name? Megan Trainor? Yeah. So she's on there. And so it's just cute, but it was like so fast that she was in there. I was like, oh, Ryan Murphy was like, hey, I'd love for you to be in here, but you're only going to have about 5 seconds, kind of situation. Yeah. But yeah, so all this stuff is happening, right? And you're like, what is going on? So then you finally get to the point that you understand what's going on. And I'll just explain this because I think you get some of this from the trailer. But long story short, there are people who want to be, let's just say there are people who are having sex. Let's just say that. So if you have sex with someone who has been infected with whatever this thing is that's infecting people, that's making people want to drink the water and making people want to kill people, then what happens to you is you end up having the sex. Then you end up being having the sex. And then you end up like later, it could be a day, it could be that night, it could be whatever. But all of a sudden it's like, ooh, and your body starts contorting. And you're just like all discombobulated and you're contorting in your neck and your back and your and then the next thing you know, you just see the person in a cocoon. You see the person in this, like how a butterfly comes out.
Like an amniotic sac.
Yes. And then you see them reaching like they're being born again and they're coming out of this sac. And they are no longer the same.
Now they want all the water.
Now they need to have water.
This sounds like similar to Pluribus.
It's an interesting thing because, with Pluribus, it was almost like you have a little convulsion or something and then you're fine. This is more like you shed your skin almost. Like they don't show that process, but it's almost like you shed who you were and you're being reborn. And it's called the beauty because of the fact of like, now you're beautiful. Now you are the most beautiful person that you could possibly be. So as an example, they have a guy who is like heavy set, not somebody who can talk to girls. He's tried. He's just not getting, it's a Black guy. He's just not getting any attention, no action, no nothing. Right. And so he's just like, I hate this life. I hate my mom and I hate being in her house and I hate this life and I hate whatever. So then he ends up connecting with somebody who is like, oh, you want a different life? I got something for you. Like, I got something. So it's somebody who I'm assuming knew that this was what the other side of that would be. And so they bring in this beautiful woman to sleep with him. So then he's just like, okay, I'm game. Like, why not? Right? Let's do this. So then the next thing you know, what's happening?
He's in a cocoon.
He's in a cocoon. And he comes out and he looks like a completely different person. Now, the assassin, on the other hand, so you have Ashton Kutcher, and basically his role is when you get to about episode 5, you just like, wow. Okay. Wow. And I put it together, but it's interesting. So anyway, so Ashton Kutcher's role is, look, we can't have all these people going around spreading beauty. It's not right. Okay. Like we have to stop the people. Like, people pay good money to be beautiful. We can't just have people having sex and like, I didn't know that was a side effect. Mm-hmm. So therefore, you, assassin, need to go around and kill everybody who is spreading it. It needs to stop. Okay. So that is what the assassin's job is his role is, I have to go out and I'm tracking down who patient 0 is. And
Now,
then
are these people dying? Are they actually dying, or are they?
That's the thing. At some point, they something happens. So
Okay.
yes, at some point, and they're like, but they can't put their finger on it. They're like, for some people, maybe it's a few months. For some people, it could be a few years. The longest they've seen is probably a few years, like 2 years, that somebody has become beautiful and then no longer was here. And how it originally started is, if you have a bunch of old people, they don't care how much longer they have. They just want to be beautiful.
Absolutely not.
You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, whatever. So therefore, so what ends up happening is that the assassin is just going around and saying, all right, you had sex with somebody, you gotta go. Now, who did you have sex with? I figured that part out. I got it out of you. Now I'll kill you. Now I have to go after the person you had sex with.
Yeah, see who they had sex with.
You went to a whole orgy thing downtown New York City. Okay. And so some of it's kind of comical too, because he's just like, all right, he like walks through this. It's almost like Pulp Fiction when you had, John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson going around, like, killing people, so that's kind of what I get, is a very Pulp Fiction-y side to, the assassin's character is just very much like, he's trying to explain things and he's trying to do this. And he's like, well, do you want to go easy? Do you want to go hard? Here's the little, things that I have. Okay. I'm going to put your balls in a clinch. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Like, he's just like all over the place.
All right.
And it's kind of comical because of how they make it out to be. And he gets so upset because Ashton Kutcher is like, oh, well, I know you're there doing this, but now I'm going to need you to go over here to do this. And he just like look at the phone and be like, oh my God, like how many people are out here? Like, how many people you want me to kill? You know what I mean? Like,
it's crazy. Nonstop death.
Yeah. So, and then there's some things that happen with him. Yeah. Some things that happen with him where you're just like, oh, how is he the way he is? Because he has like a patch over his eye, and you're like, how did that happen? So I don't think we still know the answer to that. And then it's certain things that happen where he's just like, sometimes he has a heart, sometimes he doesn't. So it's like, it's a lot going on the show, but it's pretty fun. I've been enjoying the ride of the beauty, and the things that happen, you're just like,
okay, wow. So yeah, I'm definitely have to
and then some people you're like, is this truly how they look?
Oh yeah, beautiful,
And if somebody's guzzling water, do you run in another direction? Because
exactly,
this is not good, because this might mean they're coming to the end, or it might mean that they just turned. Like, because some people, like, they just turn and they want to drink a bunch of water. So it depends.
Okay, is this like a grotesquerie type feel?
The what? No. That one I felt like was a little more like ominous, like, just like a little darker. This one feels brighter. It feels it's gross, but it feels lighter and almost has a funny undertone to it.
I got
like
you.
Even Ashton Kutcher and his wife, you're just like, what relationship is, like, the way they talk to each other, because that's an episode Terry and I watched together, and Terry's like, they really hate each other. Like, they literally
like Mr. and Mrs. Smith type
arguments. Well, but just like the words that they say, and you're just like, oh my, I would feel horrible if somebody ever said this to me. But it's like, they can't even divorce because they're like, it is better for us financially if we stay together. So I have to deal with the grotesqueness that is you. And it's like, oh, well, then in that case, I have never seen a person who is so, and then they just like, bum, 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 and you're like, wow, they hate each other so much.
And then they probably have a steamy sex scene or something.
No.
Because they're probably the only ones that can be safe with each other, because it's like, look, I know you're not going out here doing that, because I'm telling you all this crap is happening. So I'm like,
yeah, all I know is that scene ended with something on fire. And nobody trying to put the fire out. Like, basically, like, oh, the house can burn down. I mean, you're rich. So it's like, yeah, we can burn the house down. That's fine. Go ahead. Do what you want to do. If it burns, so what? We're rich. We'll get the insurance money. We'll build a new house. Like, that's the kind of mentality of all of this ridiculousness. So, but the beauty, that's what I have. And it is on Hulu, which I think it comes on like Wednesdays. So every Wednesday, because they drop it, they drip it out. So I think the first 2 episodes or 3 you can watch, you could have watched immediately. And then after that, it's the drip. So you got 5 good episodes to watch when you start watching it. And it's good, like to the point that you probably will binge it.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm expecting to do.
Yeah, I like it. So all right, so what you got next, sis?
All right, so what I have next is it's a movie it's a show. It's a TV show. Yeah, 6 episodes. TV show on Prime called The Girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
And you will know some of these characters. So we have Robin Wright, Janae.
Yep, I know.
She is playing Laura Sanderson. You have Olivia Cook, who you know her because she is the wife of the king that is dying on the second Game of Thrones thing. What is it called?
With the dark hair.
Yeah, with the reddish color. She always wears the green.
Yep.
Yeah. So she plays Sherry Lane. Okay. You have Laurie Davidson, who is Daniel Sanderson, who is the son of Robin Wright's character, Laura. That's basically all you need to know about.
I did see the preview for this because it's the girlfriend. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, like, it's some other people in there, but the whole gist of it is just those 3 characters. So, so you have a young woman, and she's going to meet her boyfriend's mom for like the first time. And when she does, the mom has some pause, but the mom is also she's one of those moms who's like, you're not good enough for my son. I'm the only one who can love really truly love my son type thing, but I don't know. So the mother is trying to figure out, like, is she a genuine is the girl a genuine person, or is she an opportunist? Like, but like the relationship, because you're seeing all of these different sides, like points of view. The relationship of the son and the mother is creepy.
It's too close.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm always been like, yeah, I just feel like her son is her man because she doesn't have a man or something like that. I don't know. It's something. I don't know. Something a little off there. Like, they just no boundaries. Just put that. No boundaries. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So it's weird because the girlfriend is like kind of. She sees that the mother's acting this way, so now she's going out of her way to be extra sexual towards the son. And when I say extra sexual, it's like they're staying at the house and she's going to give fellatio to the son, and the mom is standing right there in the doorway, and she's going to make eye contact with the mother and be like, yeah, this is me. Like, you can back up.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a weird whole thing. But one moment, like, she's caring and she's sweet to the girlfriend, and the next moment, like, she's lurking in the shadows. She's trying to figure out if something is going on with this girl. So you're trying to, while you're watching it, you're like, okay, is there something really going on with this lady, this young lady, or is like the mom just being extra for no reason? But the unique thing about the show is that you get to see it from like one point of view, and then it flips to the other person's point of view. So like, you'll see the mother's point of view of everything, and then it will go into the daughter's the girlfriend's point of view of everything. So you see it from the mother's point of view, and she's like mad at her. She's seeing all of these things that are happening. So it's literally like you're inside of the head of the mother. It's not that you're watching these people live their lives. No, you're inside of the head of the mother, and you're seeing from the mother's point of view.
Yeah, the POV.
Yeah, exactly. And then it goes into the girlfriend's point of view. But it's trying to figure out if the girlfriend is trying to lock down a wealthy young man, or does she actually love him? And is the girlfriend actually seeing the way that the mother acts towards him as a threat? Or like, is her perception off, or is that actually like a really unhealthy relationship? Like, is it that this lady just doesn't like me, or is it like, no, this lady doesn't like me because she wants her son for herself?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And then it's like, did the mother raise her son to be her man and not her son, and she only wants him and her together? She doesn't want him with anyone else ever,
Yeah.
because nobody
Yeah.
else will be able.
Nobody will ever be good.
Yeah. But then also she's like, I want to protect him, because if he comes to her and says, you know, Mom, this is the woman that I love, she's like, okay, I just want to protect you and I want to make sure you're happy. But it's like, is she really trying to say that, or is she just like, no, I'm going to tell you this because this is what you want to hear, but I'm going to manipulate you and then gaslight your girlfriend? So crazy, so much. But when you get the full story of it, like, it's not as good as the movies, the TV shows that we have talked about, as far as all her fault or his and hers, nothing like that deep.
Okay.
But it does still make you get a little bit of thought process, like, like, I wonder if this is happening, because you're seeing it from one point of view and you're guessing, but then when you see it from the opposite point of view, then it's like, oh, now I can see where she is.
Side. Yeah. The side of it. Yeah. That makes sense.
So it's good. It's not a, oh my God, you have to go see it, but it's like, if you're trying to find something that good to watch, like, watch it. But I'm not saying that you have to go out and look at it right now.
Gotcha.
It's on Prime. You can watch it anytime. I'm not saying drop everything and go see it. I'm saying, hey, yo, if you're trying to find something good to watch, there's something for you to watch.
Okay.
So that's what I have. The Girlfriend on Prime. Yeah, it's a roller coaster of not even emotions, but it's a roller coaster of drama.
Drama.
Yeah, because I mean, like, it's like, I don't know, it's like you see little things, and then it's like you see, it's like a little pimple that you're like plucking at, and the next thing you know, you wake up the next morning and now it's like the whole side of your face is swollen. It's like it goes from little things to something huge. Like, you see something and you don't think that it's anything, and the next thing you know, oh, this episode is about this. Like,
it's like melting out of molehill in real life. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what I had for that one. All right. What else do you have, madam?
All right. So this might be the last thing to discuss today, but I have the Suitcase Killer, the Melanie McGuire story that's on Netflix.
Okay.
And so I typically, you know, at first I was like, this is going to be like a Hallmark movie, and like, I'm not really going to watch this. However, I was on the Facebook, as the old people say, the Facebook. And while I was on the Facebook, I ended up coming across this lady who was like, hey, everybody, it was a young African-American girl. And she was like, my directorial debut is on Netflix. I can't believe it. It's called The Suitcase Killer, and it's #2 in the country. And I'm so excited that my directorial debut was picked up by Netflix, and this is where
that's amazing.
And I was like, oh, I need to support the young African-American woman who made this film. So let me go ahead and
watch
it. Right. For everything Black is a Ray. So basically what I did is I was like, all right, let me just start watching it and see if I watch it. And I ended up watching the whole thing. So I was like, okay, that works. So what it is about is it's about the woman, Melanie, and her husband. And I won't even go to the characters because I have no idea who the cast is.
Oh, you don't know those people?
No, we don't know those people. And so basically what ends up happening is that she is the wife and they have kids together and all of that. And so what happens is that she ends up having it so that her husband, he's a serial cheater. He cheats and cheats and cheats. And he's a serial gambler. So he gambles. So when she first met him, he was flirting with her and she was like, I see you flirting with everybody else. So no, I'm not interested. But they were giving her more attention. So she was like, okay, maybe he does really care about me. Then they started talking about, moving in together, and he proposed pretty quickly. And she was like, oh my gosh, like he really is serious about me. Like, this is amazing. And then she comes to find out, like, you know, she's seeing numbers in his pants pocket and, you know, all this kind of stuff. She works in a medical field. And so all of a sudden, a woman who shows up may not be the person whose number she found in his pocket. You know what I mean? Like it's all those things. And so she's like putting everything together to know, like, look, he's a liar, he's a cheat. We're working on buying this new house, but yet he is out here gambling away all the money. And she's like, I almost want to get this house that we can't really afford so that way he won't spend that money. Oh, I'm hearing a echo. But so he won't spend that money on other things. So, you know,
so he can't gamble it away and he can't cheat with other women and buy her things.
Exactly. So therefore, she's like, we need to tie up all our money into this house, and then he can't be out here trying to go to Atlantic City or Vegas or whatever and spend up all this money. And so she then starts an affair at her job with a doctor. And so it's like, she's like, well, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Nobody knows about it. And they're trying to be discreet or whatever. And so then somehow miraculously, I guess is not the right word, but unfortunately, her husband, who she feels as though is doing her wrong on a consistent basis, ends up gone, dead, disappeared, done. So then it becomes her being, of course, one of the main suspects, but not really. It's more like, well, he just is gone. Like he left. I don't know what happened. We talked about getting a divorce and he just left, and he's probably on a bender. He may not even be gone. He's probably just this or whatever, you know. But then it ends up being that they later find a body in the suitcase.
Oh, it's her suitcase?
The suitcase murder becomes the fact that the husband ends up in a suitcase and washes ashore, and this girl with her little beep, 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 you know, thing walks up on this suitcase and unzips it and starts screaming because she's like, oh my gosh, there's parts of body in here.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not unzipping a suitcase that's washed up on shore.
You know, that's what I say. So then it becomes, well, what happened? And, you know, her story is consistently, well, it's, you know, he probably owed debt to people, which he did. So, you know, it's probably, you know, it sounds like mobster stuff to me. So it's probably mobster things that are all going on with all of that. And the whole story is just about, did she do it? Didn't she do it? What this implies in regards to everything that is going on. I mean, for the most part, you see her in the prison garb, so you know she's at least arrested for potentially doing it. But she's always got, like, it was like his family, his parents were okay with her. His sister, she just never really liked her. And so then it becomes this whole thing of, well, did she do it? Because if she did it, she shouldn't have the kids. And then if she didn't do it, then she should be free to be able to do whatever she, you know, wants to do for her life. But then, oh, she was having this affair. And then, oh, well, what about the new house they were just buying together? And then, oh, what about, like, because she can't afford to get the house by herself. So why would she kill him if she was planning to live in this? Like,
Exactly.
All of these different things that are going on that just make you wonder, okay, but did she or didn't she? And then if she did, what was her process? How did she do it? Because, you know, of course, anytime somebody's trying to get away with something, they're going to have an alibi, you know, something. So what was the alibi, and does that really work? Is that really true? Did that really happen? And then you have the investigators who are looking into the whole thing as well and trying to piece everything together and figure out, you know, the did she or didn't she kind of it all. And I mean, you know, it's predictable, as you would probably assume with something that is like a lifestyle. I mean,
like a Lifetime movie. Yeah, I get that.
But at the same time, I thought the directing of it from the lady's perspective of doing all the directorial stuff, I thought was really good. The acting, I was just like, you know, I mean, I watched it, but I wouldn't say that the acting was phenomenal or anything like that. But it kept my attention. But would I say I highly recommend that people watch it? Nah. You know, I guess it's one of those things that, I'll put it this way.
Is it like what I said with the girlfriend? It's like, it's not a must-see TV, but if you want something to watch that's pretty decent, watch it.
I would say that if you want something to watch that's decent, and if you are not in a situation where you're ready to get rid of your husband, then go ahead.
Make sure that you are a healed human being.
Yes, if you are, you're like, yeah, I want to watch it because he on my everlasting last nerve. So let me go ahead and watch it. Then
take him out.
Might not be the right plan, but it is called. Oh, let me read it again. It's called The Suitcase Killer: The Melanie McGuire Story. So I mean, it kind of gives stuff away in the title and in the previews, really. So
yeah, I thought it was a documentary, actually.
Yeah, no, it's her real story, but it is a reenactment of the story, and they do say that they do elaborate some things a little bit more for cinematic effect and just all of that kind of stuff. So even though we watched it, it may not necessarily be exactly how it went down for that situation. But so it was pretty entertaining. So there you go. All right. So anything else that you have, sis, before we wrap things up?
Just really quick, some RIPs. RIP to Catherine O'Hara.
Yes, we hadn't talked about
O'Hara
that.
Had passed away at 71 years old. You have Damon Wilson from Lamont from Sanford and Son.
Yeah, Lamont.
Yeah. He passed away. Who else was it? Oh, Valentino.
Oh,
Valentino had passed away.
Fashion designer.
Garavani.
Giovanni. Garavani. Garavani. I don't know.
Garavani. Valentino Garavani. Yes, and then also one more person that is definitely somebody that needs some recognition. Dr. William, I guess it's Foege, Foege. He actually was an entomologist, was the leader of the global eradication of the smallpox.
Oh, wow.
From the world. So
excellent. That's good. No, gosh, I'm sorry to hear. That has been, I guess it's still eradicated because measles are coming back, but hopefully smallpox.
But that's what it's like. You did something that changed the whole entire world.
World, exactly, because smallpox is the one where some people had to be in the iron lung, right? Yeah, where they had to have all of that. So that's a blessing that was somebody who was brilliant enough to be able to do that. And I feel like it was somebody else who passed away recently who had a huge accomplishment. It might have been the woman who created the GPS or something. I'll look into that and see, but it's a Black woman who recently passed away, and she had a huge significant story as well. So on that note, that is it for this week's episode of Sestra-Tainment. Everybody have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.